Hello, my name is William, the Avid reader, and today I'm reviewing Ultimatum, written by Gardner in 2018. So this is a thriller book. I rarely read thrillers, but this was an enjoyable read. It's about 450 pages, but the letters are big compared to the pages, so it's easy to read, and the chapters are really short. There's 100 chapters, but there are only a few pages. And it's about the secret agent who's in Iran. He's called Luke Carlton, and he works for MI6. And this is the second book with him, the sequel, apparently a loose sequel. But I haven't read the first ones yet. So before I continue, there will be spoilers in this review. So you've got three main characters. You've got the protagonist, Luke Carlton. So MI6 agent, ex-soldier. In the UK, he last book, I think he lost his finger in Colombia, and he's sent to Iran to track some radical or conservative faction in the conservative faction, the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, which are the religious militia in Iran, and some of them are developing nuclear weapons, so they have to put a stop to it and learn about information, things like that. So they have a contact on the inside. So they have Carlton travel to Armenia to meet with him, but that guy has his throat cut already, and so he's dead. And Luke Carlton gets into a fight with a couple members of the IRGC. He wins. And he gets back to the UK, and it was even if he survived, this mission was a flop since they achieved nothing, and the Iranians know what kind of things the British are fishing, and also that who the Asian is now, kind of, because his cover name Brendan, they learn of that, and he is sent back to travel to Iran to get into contact with the antagonist Karim Zamani, daughter Tanaz Zamani, and she becomes kind of a love interest. You could kind of say there's a word love triangle here, since he has already a girlfriend, and the mother called Elise, and the mother of her is like a mother to him, since I think he was an orphan as a child. So yeah, he has severe doubts about this relationship, because he has to kind of pretend love her, but it stops being pretend loving Tanaz. He's charming her, so he met her initially in the UAE, and they went together to the Iranian embassy, and she kissed him there, which is very suspicious, since this is Iran we're talking about, so you can't just display public affection. And yeah, there are a bunch of countries involved. So the main countries are the UK and Iran, and there are multiple perspectives. So we get some higher ups in the British government, so from the State Department, Secret Service section, MI6, and also from the Ministry of Defense. Get some different perspectives, so that's interesting. We also get to see traveling to Armenia and the United Arab Emirates, and also Oman's border is close to Iran, so they mentioned that several times. The UK, since it's allied with a lot of countries to the Middle East, close to Iran, they can run their operations indirectly through there. And we get to also see the different factions kind of in Iran. So you've got the moderate and the conservative factions. The moderate are currently in the democratically elected government, which has some influence, so as we see with the foreign secretary there, since the foreign minister of the UK, called Chaplin, he travels to Iran on a foreign visit to better diplomatic relations. But this is when the title of the book becomes true, Ultimatum, and this happens midway in the book. So the plot of the book takes half a book to get to, really. The ultimate, and he's kidnapped by a faction in the IRGC, and Zamani is behind it, Karim Sahami, and they say if you do not withdraw all your Western troops out of the Middle East, then we're going to kill this foreign minister. So the second half of the story is about getting the foreign minister out of harm's way safe. And they have to run covert missions in this covertly, since they haven't had permission from the Iranian government. So yes, and Tanas doesn't really discover what he is clearly, but she has her suspicions. But Luke Carlton convinces her to work with him because she shows some pictures he got from the UAE of the horrible things her father are doing. So she helps him lead her to her father, but they are both captured. And here you see the thing. Here you can see the psychotic nature of some radical elements within Islam. There's a thing, they don't call it this, but there's a thing that happens in this book that I would call an honor killing, because towards the last pages of the book, Tanas a knife is put in her hand by her father, and he's like, kill him. She refuses, so he takes the knife and cuts her throat open, and she dies like that, watching him. And they were basically in love. And Luke's girlfriend in Britain is pissed at him, and he basically called up her whatever a man is called who waits around for a girl. She calls her friend who go up to arrange the funeral of her mother who's dead. But at least that she kind of made me pissed at her, because if you have a husband, a boyfriend in the Secret Service, and he's like in a country like Iran, you cannot expect that you can call him whenever you want. Yeah, so I feel kind of bad for Luke. So he maybe has lost his girlfriend, and then the love interest he developed, she's dead. So yeah, but then you've got Marines from or special forces soldiers from the UK who come in and kill the radicals of the IRGC, who are developing nuclear things to those soldiers, who hold the foreign minister. And Karim Samani has been knocked out, and Luke Horton wakes him up with some water and again shoots him in the head, execution style. So yeah, but the execution style was done to the foreign minister's bodyguard too by the RGC. So yeah, so like I said, this is a Luke Carlton sequel, and there are some scenes that I just like drift away and they're a bit boring to read, but otherwise it's a really good read. I mean, I like this book, and I don't really read thrillers, and I was hesitant to read this book because it's a thriller, so nothing really, I don't think it really makes you think, but no, it's actually interesting, and you get to think about the situation with Iran, kind of, and talk about the Ayatollah quite often and the different factions there, and also you get to see how the United States are kind of hotheads now, and they want to invade Iraq, and there's other things to deal with like Brexit. So yes, there's some minor political commentary in here. Yeah, this is written by a journalist. So how would I rank Ultimatum? I would say 8 out of 10. So it's a good book, and it's fast to read. It's a page turner. But there are some annoying scenes to get through, like some of the scenes of the higher management of MI6 and things like that back in London. That's kind of boring. Vauxhall sometimes. Yeah. But the thing with Iran and the fights are pretty good, even if they're short sometimes. But yes, this is 8 out of 10. So Frank Gardner, you did a good job writing your sequel, and I maybe will read the book you wrote before. So 8 out of 10. So that was the Avid Reader's review of Ultimatum, written by Frank Gardner in 2018. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time.